So we're going to be reviewing the attacks and gradually show you what to do in different situations. First of all, we talked about what to do in the movement, which is the arm lock in this position. Ideally, of course, you don't want to get caught on the arm lock like that by keeping your elbows here. That's the first thing you want to keep in mind. However, if your opponent gets you by surprise or is very strong and is able to muscle you to the side and bring your arm to this side, what you should do here is slightly turn your body sideways. Remember, his objective is to get the arm here, bring his hand under, control the arm like this, and then break the arm by bringing it back. But if you slightly turn your body sideways, like Royce does here, like this, and keep your elbow glued to the ground, it makes it impossible for me to bring my hand under, therefore being able to accomplish the arm lock. So if the guy, again, ideally you want to keep your arms down so he never has a chance to catch you on the arm lock. But if he's able to somehow muscle your arm to the side, slightly turn your body sideways like Royce is doing, and then keep your elbow glued to the ground so that my hand does not enter underneath, okay? And of course, at the same time, after you do that, you can bounce your hip a little bit to throw the guy out, and then tuck your elbow in, therefore protecting yourself from getting caught on the arm. Of course, let's do the same thing on this side, please. So if the person is able to muscle your arm down, turn your body sideways and tuck the elbow in. Now he doesn't have the chance to bring the hand underneath anymore. And if you want to buck him out a little bit, tuck the elbow in, preventing the guy from getting for the arm lock. We also saw this one, which is to put the hands on the chest, bring the leg around, and then complete with this arm lock. There's absolutely no reason for you to get caught with the arm sticking out like this, because if your arm gets caught, you're asking for the arm lock. So once again, your elbow should be here. Wait for your opponent's attack, so when he tries to make a move, you then work on your escape. But sometimes you might get caught in this position for whatever reason, and he was able to force the arm to get to this position. And if you find yourself here, then you want to hold on to your collar, ensuring a good grip on the collar. Look at Royce's hand. He's grabbing the wrist like this on the collar, maybe even reinforcing with this hand, so that at this point, now I'm going to have to struggle to bring my body back, carrying his arm with me. While your attacker is trying to pull your arm back, one thing you can do is get a hold of his leg, push the leg out, clear your head out of the way, going over the leg, and now come over this way here. Okay. Good. Once again, please. So let's say the guy was able to get to this, trapped your arm in here, brought the leg around, and he's now struggling to see if he can complete the move with an arm lock. Once again, Royce is grabbing the collar. If he doesn't have a collar, he can just grab the wrist like this, or somehow prevent me from being able to pull back. What you're looking for is a certain amount of time to give you just enough, opportunity to push the leg out of the way now. Observe that Royce turns his head to the side so that my leg doesn't get stuck under his neck. So he turns the head to the side, bringing the head out this way, going over that leg, and now driving his weight forward this way, coming on top of me like this. Again, Royce, please. So now the guy does this move here. Brings the leg around. If you have a jacket, a kimono, grab onto it. If you don't, find your grip on your wrist. While the person is struggling, use the hand to pull the leg out, head out. Put your head over the leg so I can't bring the leg over the head one more time. He now turns, goes over him, and ends up in this position. All right. There are several other attacks, which one of them, for example, is a person grabbing the collar like this, and he tries to go for the simple cross choke. As the person on top of you places the hand on the collar, you should have your elbows on the ground, and as soon as you start thinking about bringing the hand under, the upward lift should throw him off balance. Again, Royce. Even if he was able to get a certain amount of a grip with that hand somewhere in the neck, when you raise your hips straight up, go Royce, and he rolls me out. Now you keep your head away so that I cannot improve the grip afterwards. Once again, please. So I have the hand on the collar. Royce turns his chin slightly to the side to prevent my hand from getting an easy, clean slide all the way in. While the guy is struggling to get the hand through, he can now roll him out. Upward lift, and out he goes. If the person goes for this kind of a grip, and now, instead of going underneath with the hand this way from underneath, he tries to go over the top with the thumb inside as he goes for this motion here. Now Royce is going to trap the wrist that way, preventing me from getting a very good deep grip. He grabs my hand, and from here, he can feel which side is my weight leaning to. If my head is on this side, he'll take me to this side right here, taking advantage of the body weight. Sometimes the person does this move and he kind of inches his hand that way, keeping the weight to that side. So Royce now controls the arm and rolls him to the other side. Why don't you go ahead, Royce, and complete the move, please. So from here, if I do this move, he feels the weight and takes him to this side. Right? There we are. Always keep your head away so that I don't have a chance to keep, improve the grip after I be taken out. From here, if I go for this move and I start insisting this way, he prevents me from getting a great grip just because I, controlling this hand on my wrist. Now he can obviously feel my weight going to this side, and then take the guy here, aware of the hand so that I can never improve the vice. Yes. There's also another choke here, which is when the person gets the collar like this, the kneading choke as we call it. You bring the hand with the cloth across the neck, pull on one hand, and drive the weight in with that hand. That's the idea, so go like this, keep the cloth taut so it's really snug around the neck. The bony part should be right here, the knuckle should be right here by the carotid artery, and then I go like this. As I lean the weight down, pull one hand and push with the other. That's the plan. As I try to go for this move, Royce then reaches over with this hand, the second hand right on top, and then brings my hand down back that way. Because what I'm using is primarily my body weight leaning forward, there's no way I can stop him from just bringing it back all the way. I have too much leverage by pulling back this way. So let's go ahead, get a good grip, and then pull back. Notice that sometimes Royce will even tilt his body a little bit, which will increase his leverage to bring my hand back to the opposite side. If I have the hand going this way, he comes in, there's a little leaning on the body, and then he kind of brings it back. Okay, once again, please. Way in. Also, good. It's important that the first hand to overlap mine should be the hand on this side, the same side arm. And then the second hand just comes in and complements on the top. If I use this side here, he'll use this hand first, and then the hand comes back and pulls it back this way. Okay, another variation is if the person grabs the cloth with the thumb inside and has the grip this way on the hand like this. The second hand, my intention now is to grab the other collar and like a guillotine, bring it across like this. So I get a good grip with the thumb inside. The second hand I want to grab here, take this slack out, and then bring the blade across the neck this way. My idea is to bring my elbow all the way down to the ground so that I can choke him this way. As soon as I grab the hand on the collar, first hand goes on the rib. The second hand, he brings it over this way so that with the armpit, he can now block my forearm and the blade of my arm from going all the way down. So even if I put all the way here, take your hand off for a sec. Just this hand alone prevents my arm from going down. I can't put enough weight to hurt his neck. So I grab the cloth, you secure the wrist. I grab the cloth and I start doing this. He just brings the hand over like that. Give it a lot of leverage in this case. I can't squeeze down no matter what happens. The other side, please, Royce. So if I grab the cloth this way, and the second hand, like I said, my idea is to grab this and tie it and pull the cloth back. He holds one hand here, and the second hand goes over with the arm this way. That makes my arm fall right here into the groove of his armpit this way so that I can't push down anymore. There's a lot of leverage with this part of his arm. Grab here, bring the arm over. Once the arm is controlled, he can again feel which way my weight going to. If my weight is leaning that way, he just rolls the guy out and ends up on the guard this way. So I'm here, trap the arm hoist, bring the second hand over, control the arm here. Even if the guy is really strong, he wants to muscle, there's no danger. The arm is very safe at this point. Controlling the arm. If my weight is going to that side, he just takes the guy and goes with the floor. Okay. Hoist. Maybe we should show our friends what to do if the person on top, in this position here, is able to sneak his hand into the collar, even though it's not a perfect grip yet, because your head is going to try to prevent him from getting a great grip. However, roll him out, boys, and then fall into this position. And now he still has a kind of a half good choke. At this point here, boys, what do we do now?
Hold the collar, leg up, go for the choke. As more that you pull me, more I will choke you. Okay, lock the arm, turn your body slightly sideways and lean the weight on the person's neck.
I see. Once again, please. So the guy's here, has a good grip on the cloth. He's bringing the second hand in, you roll him out. He insists on the choke. He's trying to improve the choke. Bring your hand across the neck. Yes. In other words, the more I pull him towards me, the more that arms will choke me.
Make sure that as soon as you roll him out, not to let go his wrist right away until you get this grip. Leg up. Now I go for the choke.
Great. Also, when by keeping the chin to the side like this, and anytime the guy tries to go for the choke either this way or with the hand that way, use the fact that your chin is here to be able to become very sensitive to his hand approaching your neck, so that this hand, which should not be locked into the gi only, should be ready to grab my wrist at any time, so that I never have a chance to really get a very good grip if you can help it. If the guy's trying to go for the neck, just yes. Prevent it, and now roll him out, hoist. Yes. If he insists on something like this, there's hoist again with the choke. Right. Right. Good. Lay down, please. Okay. If from this position, the person is able to roll you to the side like this, turn this way a little bit, hoist, please. There we go. Turns you to the side like this. It's because he might be thinking about bringing this hand under, and with the help of this one, feed the collar to get a real deep grip with the hand. This hand, as we talked about before, pushes the cloth to the ground, and then he raises the whole body to go for this choke. That's what he wants to do from the top. However, when the person turns you sideways like this and puts this hand over like that, your hand, check out Hoist's move here. He keeps the head down. By keeping the head down, the only space I have is to bring my hand through that little tiny hole. So I can now feed the cloth this way. But Hoist knows better. He puts the hand just like this, making a little wall, so that my hand going from this side, through underneath here, does not have a chance to go through, therefore preventing me from giving the cloth from this side to that hand. Okay, once again, Hoist, please. As a matter of fact, what usually is going to happen is that he's going to put their leg up and try to turn you sideways this way. Turn your body to the side and go for this. As soon as he's turned sideways, Hoist puts his hand down there to prevent my hand from coming across and having access, like I said, to this cloth. However, when he prevents the hand from going across that way, sometimes he gives the person on the bottom might leave the arm open, which will give me a chance to then go underneath this. I now can feed the collar with this hand to this side, put the hand on the ground, and then think about going for the arm lock here. So you turn sideways, he blocks a little space. I now want to think about going this way here. I want to do this. However, if you glue your arm, if you become aware of this, and make sure to glue your arm next to your body, I have not the opportunity to go through here. I lose the chance of going through here. So not only you stop me from going through here with that hand connected to your neck, be sure to keep your head down, because if you keep your head up, even though your hand is closing that little gap, there's a huge area for me to go around, and I still have access to the neck. So keep your head down like this. I can't go through this little hole. The elbow is now glued to your body, so I can't go for the arm lock either. So I'm trapped on both sides. Then you're gonna say, well, so what, you stay here, but you're still on top. The bad guy now is still on top of you, trying to win the fight. So we now have at the same time to find a way for you to, something for you to do on the bottom, that you can not only defend from my, the double attack I'm doing here, but also force your way out, which is with this hand, Royce pulls the arm underneath his body a little bit, braces my foot with the hand, like this, and now he backs up his hip, creating just enough space for the leg to come under my knee. With the leg, he lifts me up, and then follows the guy all the way out into this position. Good, once again, please. So this is called the double attack, what I'm doing, because I'm thinking choke, and I'm thinking arm lock. So I put the leg up, which prevents me from being rolled out. I go like this, put the hand on the collar. As soon as he secures my wrist and controls the arm, I'm thinking to myself, if I do this, he might roll me out. So I put my leg up so that he can't roll me out anymore. This is going to prevent me. Horse, won't you bug up that way? My leg is going to prevent me from falling out. I have a good base in this position. So at this point, he down brings the hand under my arm and turns his body sideways. Back up, horse, again, please. Notice that he's making sure to bring the hand under my arm. Because if Royce just turns over that way, it'll be easy for me to capitalize on the move and control his arm for the arm lock. So at this point, I put the leg up, he turns his body sideways, bringing the hand under the arm. That hand has a specific objective of trapping the hole and preventing my hand from going through. He closed that little gap, keeping the head down. I can't go through here. And because he's keeping the elbow glued to his body, I also can't go for the arm lock. While I'm trying these two things, Royce's hand goes into the foot, braces the hand in the back of the foot, and scoots the hip away. Back up for a second, Royce. Notice that my foot doesn't really move. He's not trying to muscle my leg away, pushing my foot that way. He keeps it here, brings the hand under. His hip, his back is what moves away. Look, he's the one moving back. Now the leg goes underneath this way, and with this leg, lifts the person all the way out and end up in this position here. Great. So he turns sideways, he does this move. I'm going for this. This hand is on my foot, once again, Royce, working there. Sometimes here, while he's getting ready to scoot the hip away, lift me up with his knee, I could think about saying, you know what? Instead of just insisting in going through with this, I could, with this hand, grab with the thumb inside the collar like this, on the back of his collar, one hand in the other hand. So when Royce lifts me up, and use the leg to throw me over, and he's rolling my hand, so Royce, I bring the hand around so that when he gets into here, I have a good grip. So I'm here, we put the hand, I block this. Royce is defending the grip this way, like that, so that I can't go through with this, and this hand is blocking right here. So now he backs up the hip, got the hand on the foot. While I start feeling that I'm going to lose my balance anyways, this hand, in a very last resort, from here, grab with the thumb inside, lift your head up a little bit, Royce, thumb inside like this, and then as he rolls me over, while falling, I want to bring this hand over here so that I can end up with the choke. However, knowing better than that, Royce, at this point, Royce, please once again, when I grab the cloth, he's not only thinking about the foot, he's thinking of everything else. So when I roll, he keeps the head up just enough that I can't go around. I no longer have the chance to do this move because he's aware of that grip, keeps the head up, so I can't bring my hand around, therefore, no danger. One last time, Royce. Actually, let me do this on the other side one time. So from here, as soon as you see that leg up, you want to turn your body sideways to prevent the person from having easy access to this and this hand. Everything is locked in, so I can't attack him from either side. Once he has this position secured, I'm still going to be trying to bring that hand. Royce now brings the arm under his body, brace the foot. I'm here. He lifts me up. As he's throwing over, he keeps the head up so I can't go around. Because if he forgets and keeps the head down, I will have a chance to do this move. Right. But Royce just doesn't forget this kind of thing anymore.